Have you ever asked yourself, am I quitting because I'm lazy or scared? Most of the time, it's not about lacking talent or ability. It's just that your brain wants to take the easy way out. That's it. We often give up not because we can't do something, but because we're avoiding discomfort. Here's a powerful tip. Focus on no more than 3 important tasks each day. Choose them wisely, and make them your top priority. Life will always throw unexpected problems and opportunities your way. Just like business, it's unpredictable. That's why your daily focus matters. Believe this first. You can improve. Your consistent effort can lead to success, no matter how tough things get. If you keep doing things that make you uncomfortable, you'll eventually become comfortable with discomfort. And that's a superpower. In Great by Choice, author Jim Collins shares a great tip to boost your productivity. Tackle tough tasks regularly. Over time, your capacity grows. Think about Henry Ford, the man behind Ford cars. When people saw his car's success, other companies entered the market, but most of them failed. Why? Because they couldn't manage their factory lines properly. Ford mastered this system, and that gave him an edge. Now let's talk about to-do lists. Everyone knows what they should do. But here's what most people miss: knowing what not to do. That's just as important. There's also a decision-making rule. If you're stuck and don't know what to do, gather information. But don't wait for 100%. Once you have between 40% and 70% of the info, make the call. Waiting too long can lead to missed chances. Remember, we all get the same 24 hours. So why do some people seem to do so much more? They focus better. They decide faster. They don't waste time on things that don't matter. Take Sally, for example. She started a charity to help the poor. She had no idea how hard it would be. She faced competition from other NGOs and often heard no when asking for donations. Every rejection made her wonder, why don't people want to help others? Sally began to believe people were just selfish. That negative thinking pulled her into a downward spiral. She started to lose interest in her work. The same donation letters she once wrote with passion now felt like a burden. She avoided reaching out for help. And slowly, the cause she once cared so deeply about, she walked away from it, completely. Now think about your own life. Have you ever started something with excitement but left it halfway? Maybe it was a project, a goal, or a dream. If that sounds like you, this video is exactly what you need. We're talking about the book Finish What You Start by Peter Hollins. And if you want to learn how to stick with things and see them through to the end, watch this video all the way through. Don't skip it. Every idea connects to the next, and by the end, everything will make perfect sense. Let's get into it. Part 1. Find out what truly motivates you to finish things. There was once a successful businessman being interviewed on stage. A 21-year-old guy from the audience stood up and asked, "Sir, I've been working on my business for 2 years straight. No breaks, not even on Easter or Christmas. I work day and night. But still, I'm stuck. Nothing seems to be moving forward. What should I do?" The businessman smiled and replied, "When I was in your place, I also used to jump from one task to another. I'd start something, and then leave it incomplete. Over time, I started doubting myself. I wondered if I would ever be successful. Then," he continued, "I came across a book called Finish What You Start. In it, Peter Hollins explains how to stop quitting in the middle and complete what you begin. I followed the advice. Slowly, I got better. I became more focused. And now, well, here I am." The young man said, "That sounds amazing, sir. Can you please share those tips with us?" The businessman said, "Absolutely. Listen closely for the next 23 minutes. Write down the important points. These strategies won't just help you in business, they'll help you in everyday life too. Whether it's making more money, building better habits, or getting healthier, this will help you finish what you start." To stay committed to your goals, whether it's achieving success, staying healthy, or building strong relationships, you need to understand how motivation works. There are 2 main types: internal and external. Internal motivation comes from within. It's your drive, the voice that pushes you to grow, improve, and keep going. External motivation, on the other hand, comes from your surroundings. It could be people, situations, or rewards that push you to take action. One powerful way to boost external motivation is by having an accountability partner. This is someone you trust, like a friend, mentor, teacher, or even someone who has already reached the goal you're chasing. You tell them your plans, and they help keep you on track. When you feel like giving up, they remind you why you started. Sometimes they'll motivate you, and other times they might even scold you a little. But it's all to help you stay focused. Another smart motivator is money. Think about it. Most of us hate losing money. That fear alone can push us to stay consistent. For example, people who pay a lot for gym memberships often show up more, not because they love the gym, but because they want to get their money's worth. You can use this same trick for your goals. Give some money to a trusted friend and tell them not to return it unless you finish your task. That pressure to avoid loss can keep you moving forward, even when motivation fades. Then there's self-bribery. And yes, it works. Promise yourself a reward for completing your task. Choose something you genuinely enjoy. When things get tough, remind yourself of that reward. For instance, if you manage to save the amount of money you planned this year, treat yourself to a trip to your favorite place. Just the thought of being there can help you resist spending money on unnecessary things. It becomes a powerful emotional reminder to stay disciplined. Before we move on to the next part, I just wanted to ask, if you found this video helpful so far, it would mean a lot if you could give us a like and hit that subscribe button. Your support keeps us motivated to create more content like this. Every like, comment, and subscription helps us improve and stay on track, bringing you even better videos. So, if you're enjoying what you see, your support makes a difference. Thanks a ton for being here with us. Enjoy the video. To stay internally motivated, you need to clearly understand what you're gaining from the work you do. Ask yourself, what do I get by completing this? Is it money, happiness, satisfaction, or something meaningful? For example, take Sandeep Maheshwari. He conducts free seminars not for profit, but because it brings him deep joy to help others change their perspective on life. That inner happiness keeps him going. At the same time, he runs his business, Images Bazaar, to earn money. In both areas, he knows exactly what he's getting from his efforts, and that clarity helps him stay consistent and motivated. Now apply the same to your career. Think about what you want and whether you're getting it. If your job or project gives you what you're looking for, whether it's financial growth, peace of mind, or personal satisfaction, you'll naturally stay committed. Also, think about how your life could change. With more income, maybe you can buy a beautiful home or own the car you've always dreamed of. If you work on your communication skills, you might start speaking more confidently with others. These improvements add value to your life, and thinking about them can keep you inspired. Don't forget the impact on your family. Most of us deeply care about our loved ones, so let that be another source of motivation. Picture the happiness on their faces when you succeed and make them proud. Imagine your children going to a good school, living in a nice neighborhood, and growing up to be strong, responsible individuals, so capable that they manage their education costs by themselves. Knowing that your hard work could make this possible can push you to keep going, even when things get tough. Also, think about the influence you can have on others. Some people inspire you, right? And you might have thought, if they can do it, why not me? Now imagine yourself in that position. One day, a sad child with no hope listens to your story, and something clicks. They think, if this person could overcome so many obstacles and still succeed, then I can too. That's the power of being a role model. When a child feels hopeless, unsure of whether they can ever succeed, they need someone to believe in, someone whose story shows that anything is possible. APJ Abdul Kalam once said that when struggling children hear about his journey, from selling newspapers as a boy to becoming one of India's top scientists and eventually the president, it gives them hope. They think, if he can do it, then maybe I can too. And that belief can change a life. Your success can do the same for others. By reaching your goals, you not only help yourself, you become an example for those in similar situations who need inspiration. Becoming successful also allows you to help others in real, practical ways. When you earn more, you're in a better position to support the poor or those in need. Your achievements can make life better for both you and the people around you. To stay motivated, imagine the feeling of finally achieving your goals. That emotion, whether it's pride, happiness, or relief, can push you to keep going, even on tough days. One helpful way to stay on track is to break your big dreams into smaller, manageable steps. For example, take your yearly goal and divide it into monthly, weekly, and daily targets. Then, just focus on completing today's task. When you give your full effort every day, you'll start to feel like you're truly progressing toward your bigger dream. That daily motivation builds real momentum. Part 2. Create your manifesto. Just like companies make yearly plans or manifestos to stay on course, you should create a personal life manifesto. Businesses plan what goals they want to achieve, what areas they need to improve, what they want to stop doing, and what new ideas they want to try. This clear roadmap helps them move forward with focus and purpose. Similarly, political parties release manifestos before elections, so people know what they stand for and what they promise to do. Without a manifesto, no one would take them seriously or vote for them. In the same way, your life should have a clear plan. You need to know what you want to achieve in the next few years and how you're going to get there. This is your manifesto. To create it, follow these 3 simple rules. Rule 1: evaluate yourself. Ask yourself honestly, if I weren't lazy or afraid, would I still quit? This one question can reveal a lot. It shows you that you likely have the ability. You're just avoiding the hard path. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they take the easy way out. As Bruce Lee once said, preparation for tomorrow is hard work today. If you want a better future, you need to put in the effort now. To create a better tomorrow, you must work hard today. There's no shortcut around that. Let's say you have a goal, like earning a specific amount this month by selling your product. When you start working, things often feel more difficult than you expected. You might feel discouraged, tired, or even tempted to quit and take a few days off. In these moments, ask yourself honestly, am I genuinely tired, or am I just being lazy? If you truly need rest, that's okay. But if it's just avoidance, then keep pushing forward. When you keep showing up like this, something powerful happens. A new self-image forms in your mind, that of someone who takes action and finishes what they start. Rule 2: the 3 tasks. Method. To avoid getting overwhelmed, follow the 3 tasks method. Every day, choose no more than 3 important tasks to focus on. These should be the top priorities that move you closer to your goals. Often the problem isn't that we're lazy, it's that we don't plan properly. For example, if you decide to start exercising, you might already feel discouraged thinking you won't last 30 minutes. Instead, commit to just 10 minutes of activity. Do that for each of your 3 tasks. The night before, decide clearly what you'll work on the next day. When morning comes, focus only on those 3 things. This keeps your energy focused and prevents emotional distractions from derailing your day. Rule 3: reaffirm your intentions. This rule connects back to the first one about evaluating yourself. Use it when fear or laziness tries to creep back in. Whenever you feel stuck or unsure whether to continue, remind yourself why you started. Go a step further. Write it down. There are 2 powerful affirmations you should repeat. I want. State your goal and your reasons behind it. What do you want, and why is it important? This helps you reconnect with your purpose. For example, I want to become rich. I want to do this for myself, my family, and to help others. I will. Turn intention into a firm decision. By saying, I will, you're committing to action. You're making a promise to yourself that no matter how tough things get, you won't stop. To reach your final goal, you need to define the steps you'll take. This will help you realize how crucial the work you're doing now is as it connects directly to your bigger goal. You'll see that the journey itself is part of the destination. For example, you might tell yourself, if I want to earn this much money, I need to complete this project first. After this, I will work hard on the next one. This clarity will push you to stay focused on what matters most. I will not do. In addition to deciding what you will do, it's equally important to identify what you won't do. Write down the things that could distract you or hinder your progress, like procrastination, lack of discipline, or getting sidetracked by social media. For instance, you could tell yourself, I want to be rich, so I will not waste my time scrolling through social media. Instead, I will focus on working on my projects. This simple shift in mindset will help you avoid time-wasting activities and stay focused on your goals. Part 4. Develop a follow-through mindset. A success-oriented mindset is key to achieving your goals. It's about how you perceive challenges and deal with setbacks. Take Gerald, for example. He wanted to start his own business, but when faced with challenges, he became afraid. He feared losing money when it came to investing in his business. This fear held him back. Gerald also struggled to prioritize his spending, using money on hobbies and liabilities, which left him with little savings for his startup. Like in life, business is unpredictable. Challenges and opportunities come up daily, and things don't always go according to plan. Gerald didn't realize this at first, so instead of embracing new opportunities, he became anxious and unsure. Eventually, he decided that entrepreneurship wasn't for him, and he abandoned his dream. After Gerald faced difficulties, he chose to return to his old, comfortable job instead of continuing to pursue his dream of becoming a successful businessman. This decision was rooted in his negative mindset. He avoided facing the challenges or discomforts that came with building a business. Although he had the potential to succeed, his inability to embrace discomfort and make the necessary sacrifices led to his failure to reach his goal. Gerald's negative attitude made him view challenges as insurmountable, leaving him with little hope of success. To avoid Gerald's fate, it's essential to develop the right mindset to face challenges head-on. Mindset 1. The "it's worthwhile." Mindset is about believing that improvement and success come through hard work. Even in tough situations, your consistent efforts will pay off in the end. Believe in your skills and the opportunities ahead. For instance, if you're handling a client meeting, trust that you have the same abilities as other successful individuals in the office. Confidence in your skills will motivate you to keep working and complete your tasks. Mindset 2. Comfort with discomfort involves accepting that success often requires discomfort. As you progress toward your goals, you'll face situations that push you out of your comfort zone. It's never easy to keep moving forward when new challenges arise, but focusing on the positive aspects of those challenges will help. Embrace the discomfort, knowing it will pass, and use it as a tool for growth. Over time, you'll become more comfortable with discomfort, realizing it's a temporary feeling that teaches you valuable lessons and makes you stronger. Mindset 3. Allow learning mindset. Jack Canfield's journey to success is a powerful reminder of the importance of persistence and learning. His best-selling book, Chicken Soup for the Soul, was rejected 144 times before being published. When Canfield boldly told a publisher that he aimed to sell 1.5 million copies in the first 18 months, the publisher laughed, predicting he would be lucky to sell 20,000 copies. However, Canfield did not let rejection or failure deter him. Instead, he continued learning from his setbacks and kept pushing forward. Ultimately, Chicken Soup for the Soul sold over 8 million copies in America and 10 million worldwide. His book brand is now worth $1 billion. This story emphasizes the importance of adopting a learning mindset. By asking yourself, "What can I learn from this?" you cultivate a thirst for knowledge that propels you forward. Focusing on the final result and the satisfaction of success will motivate you to push through challenges and complete your work. Mindset 4. Stress-free mindset. Stress has a significant impact on our willpower and self-control. When you're stressed, you're likely to feel tired and less capable of working. An Australian study revealed that students who worried about exams often neglected healthy habits, such as eating well, sleeping, and exercising. They tended to smoke more, consume caffeine, and struggle with emotional control. This highlights the importance of managing stress. Figures like Mahendra Singh Dhoni remain calm under pressure, solving problems without letting stress overwhelm them. Dhoni's ability to think clearly and remain composed is a direct result of his stress-free mindset, which has contributed to his success. By focusing on solutions and staying cool under pressure, stress dissipates, allowing you to maintain your energy and productivity. Part 5. Procrastination. Now that we've covered mindsets, it's time to address procrastination. Despite having the right mindset, we often find ourselves putting off important tasks. To combat this, it's essential to focus on breaking the habit of procrastination, which will be explained through the story of two of my friends in the next part. Shelley, a freelancer, was working on a large coding project that had a 1-week deadline. She knew she had to complete 15 pages of code each day to finish on time. However, she kept putting off the work due to laziness, thinking she could catch up later. As the deadline grew closer, Shelley tried to make up for lost time by increasing her daily goal to 30 pages, but she still couldn't keep up. The next day, she tried again, but due to the sheer volume of work and mistakes from rushing, she ended up writing 45 pages. In the end, she completed the task in 3 days, but the quality suffered. The client rejected her work, and Shelley lost the project, never receiving any future opportunities from that client. Michelle, on the other hand, was working on the same project, but had a different approach. She understood her strengths and limitations, so she broke the large task into smaller, more manageable portions. She set a goal of completing 15 pages of code each day, sticking to this plan without rushing. Whenever she met her daily goal, she rewarded herself with small breaks, like hanging out with friends or playing games. By the end of the week, Michelle had submitted a clean, error-free project. The client not only paid her in full, but also gave her a glowing recommendation and referred her to other clients. Michelle had established a permanent stream of income because she avoided procrastination and worked consistently toward her goal. The difference between Shelley and Michelle was not in their skills, but in their approach to handling the project. Shelley procrastinated and worked in a panic, which led to poor results. In contrast, Michelle worked steadily, breaking the task down and staying focused. Her success shows that consistency and planning are crucial in overcoming procrastination. 2 methods to overcome procrastination. One effective method for overcoming procrastination is temptation bundling, a technique researched by Milkman and others at the University of Pennsylvania. This method involves pairing an activity you don't enjoy with something pleasurable. For example, you could eat your favorite snack while working, watch TV while exercising, or listen to your favorite music while doing tasks you find boring. This way, you make the work more enjoyable by associating it with something you like. By connecting enjoyable tasks with necessary work, you're more likely to stick to your goals. In Milkman's research, 51% of students were more motivated to exercise when they used this method, showing that small, enjoyable activities can make larger tasks feel less daunting. To use this method, create a list of things you enjoy doing and match them with tasks that will help you achieve your long-term goals. For instance, you could reward yourself with chocolate while reading a book or work on your project while listening to your favorite music. Another strategy to overcome procrastination is starting with small steps. Often, the thought of tackling a large task, like reading a 100-page book or completing a big project, can feel overwhelming. Instead of focusing on the entire task, break it down into smaller, manageable chunks. For example, you could read 1 chapter or even a few paragraphs at a time. This makes the task feel less intimidating and allows you to make progress incrementally. Completing small steps can give you a sense of accomplishment and motivate you to keep going. When you take small steps, you are more likely to stay consistent and avoid the temptation to procrastinate, as the task will feel more manageable and less overwhelming. By implementing these methods, temptation bundling and starting small, you can break the cycle of procrastination and build better habits for achieving your goals. When tackling big goals, It's important to start with small, manageable tasks. It might seem counterintuitive to leave the hardest tasks for later, but doing so can help overcome procrastination. By beginning with the simplest tasks, you create an easy entry point into your work. This approach helps build momentum and makes the larger tasks feel less overwhelming. The key is to make the first step as easy as possible, which motivates you to continue working. Once you've started, your brain becomes accustomed to completing similar tasks, making even more complex tasks seem more achievable. Over time, this approach proves to your brain that you can handle bigger challenges, making it easier to tackle them when they arise. Considering risks to increase productivity. One of the most successful people, Bill Gates, is known for constantly considering what could go wrong. In Jim Collins' book, Great by Choice, he explains how individuals like Gates think about potential risks and plan accordingly. This strategy helps them stay prepared and motivated to avoid negative outcomes. Fear of what might go wrong can drive people to work harder, stay focused, and avoid procrastination. By thinking about the consequences of delaying action, you become more alert and focused. For instance, consider how missing an opportunity today might lead to losing it forever. While fear isn't the ideal motivator, it can push you to take action and stay on track. When you're mindful of potential risks, you make smarter decisions, remain focused, and avoid distractions that could derail your progress. Creating a no-distraction zone. To avoid procrastination and stay focused, it's essential to create a no-distraction zone. Here are 3 methods that can help achieve this. Batching. Batching involves grouping related tasks to increase efficiency and minimize distractions. This method was famously used by Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Motor Company. Ford revolutionized car production by breaking down the manufacturing process into smaller steps and having teams specialize in each step. This allowed the workers to focus on one task at a time, reducing mistakes and improving overall efficiency. By using batching in your work, you can avoid the temptation to switch between tasks, which often leads to distractions. Instead, you focus on one task until it's completed, boosting both productivity and expertise. Don't-do list. While most people are familiar with the concept of a to-do list, the don't-do list is just as important. A don't-do list helps you identify tasks that are not essential to your goals and should be avoided or minimized. These tasks may be important, but can often distract you from what truly matters. For example, you might realize that checking social media or attending unimportant meetings is taking time away from more productive activities. A don't-do list keeps you focused on what's truly important, allowing you to eliminate unnecessary distractions and stay on track with your big goals. By knowing what not to do, you can prioritize your time more effectively and avoid tasks that may be tempting but ultimately unproductive. By combining these strategies, starting small, considering risks, and creating a no-distraction zone, you can build momentum, stay focused, and avoid procrastination. These methods will help you increase productivity, manage your time better, and ultimately achieve your long-term goals. One essential part of staying productive is understanding that not all tasks need to be done immediately. Some tasks may be critical for your goal, but require external action or responses before you can proceed. For example, a friend who manages Amazon seller accounts must first complete the registration process before listing products. During this waiting period, instead of dwelling on the process, he focuses on creating new seller accounts or supporting ongoing accounts to increase sales. This allows him to use his time efficiently, rather than waiting for the next step in the process. The key is recognizing tasks that need external action, and then shifting your focus to tasks that are within your control. Another strategy involves recognizing tasks that are important, but can be done by others. As a business person, you may encounter tasks that don't directly impact your bottom line, but consume significant time. These small tasks can often be delegated or outsourced to free up your time for more essential activities that move your project forward. By delegating, you can concentrate on high-priority tasks, which directly contribute to your success, allowing for greater productivity and results. The 40-70 Rule for Decision-Making. The 40-70 Rule, used by Indian Foreign Secretary S. Jaishankar, is an excellent framework for decision-making. According to this rule, when faced with a challenging decision, you should aim to have between 40% and 70% of the necessary information to make the best choice. If you have less than 40%, you're likely lacking enough insight to proceed and may end up making mistakes. On the other hand, if you wait until you have more than 70% of the information, you'll become paralyzed by overthinking, leading to missed opportunities. By following this rule, you can make timely decisions without getting bogged down by excessive data collection or hesitation. When you have just enough information, you can make quicker decisions and take action without getting stuck in analysis paralysis. The key is balancing the need for information with the urgency of taking action. By doing so, you'll avoid wasting time and energy and stay focused on the bigger picture. In conclusion, the book Finish What You Start offers several strategies to help you overcome procrastination, stay focused, and achieve your goals. The key lessons include staying hungry to achieve your goals, understanding your motivators, and developing a success mindset that allows you to thrive in uncomfortable situations. By adopting strategies such as the 40-70 rule, batching tasks, creating a no-distraction zone, and learning to delegate, you can stay productive and move closer to your desired outcomes. Ultimately, it's important to start acting and work toward completing tasks as efficiently as possible. Focus on your internal and external motivators, and use the tools and techniques provided in the book to eliminate distractions and procrastination. Keep moving forward, and soon you'll find yourself closer to your goals. Thank you for following along with this book summary. If you've reached this part, it's clear you love books, just like we do. Feel free to share in the comments which book you'd like us to cover next, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you can enjoy more book summaries every week. See you soon with more great content.